Welcome to Coffee with Cathy, Kaiser Mayor, January 2021, to our first Coffee with Cathy of the year. And we have our distinguished guests who've been here a lot in 2020. Thank you all. And I'll turn it over to you, Cathy.
Thank you so much, David, and good morning, everyone. We're happy to welcome you all to the first Coffee with Cathy for 2021. And I want to welcome the team that has been with us all the way through 2020. Betty Hart from Kaiser Fire District, Colleen Bush from Salem Kaiser Transit District, Pastor Jose Dominguez from La Luz de Valle Church, and Jonathan Thompson from the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. This team of people have been serving you, serving our community, and helping keeping us informed about what's going on in our community. And I'm glad we're going to be able to join you this year, 2021, as we launch into new initiatives. We launch into all sorts of good opportunities coming forward in 2021 for Kaiser and our region. Just want to kick it off today with a few things that are going on that are happening in the Salem Kaiser area. Probably most of you saw the announcement from the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes. We will play ball this year. With the changes in Major League Baseball, moving their affiliations to other locations, the Walker family and the Volcanoes organization have restructured in order to provide professional, high-quality family entertainment and baseball at Volcano Stadium. We are looking forward to the launch of the Mavericks League this spring out of Volcano Stadium. Plus, with the Volcanoes being able to be run and operated locally with local control, watch for a lot of great community outreach and events at Volcano Stadium, partnering with businesses and with community groups throughout our region. I want to thank the Walker family in particular for their willingness to step up and help folks all the way through 2020, not only with our community markets, but also with hosting families that needed a place to be during the evacuations that occurred during the Santiam Canyon fires. They've continued to be a strong presence. They're here local, they live here in Kaiser, and we're wishing them all the best in 2021 as we hear those fabulous words, play ball. Some other things that are happening about Kaiser being open. The Kaiser City Council is meeting in person. We are also broadcast, and so people can tune in. All of our packets are available online as always, and we welcome everyone to participate either in person. Again, there's a very limited seating in council chambers under the current restrictions, but also you are able to watch on channel 23, Kaiser only, kaisertv.com, so you can keep up with what's going on with your own city. A big one is where Kaiser once again showed up, and that's our park survey. We are doing an update to our parks master plan. We asked the consultants, when we sent out the survey, how many responses back would make a really good, robust response to the survey? And they said about 400 would be really, really good. Now, mind you, we're a community of about 40,000. That's including children. So most of the kids won't be responding to the survey. But if you ask them what they want in parks, they'll tell you. They want to swing. They want to be able to run around and play. And we want that for all of our families. Well, Kaiser, way to go. You knocked it out of the park, literally. The response numbers was over 1,700 responses to the survey. Way to go. You know, now we expect that in our community. We know Kaiser shows up, but the consultants were really blown away. And I'm glad that they got a taste of what it is to be involved and show up and be present in Kaiser. So we have some other things going on in town, but right now I'd like to kick it over to Betty Hart with Kaiser Fire District to bring us up to date what's happening with our partners, the Kaiser Fire District. Betty, good morning. Betty, can you unmute? Nope. So it looks like we may have lost her connection. So I'm going to kick it over then to Colleen Bush from Salem Kaiser Transit. This is a district that's not only celebrated years of service, but has innovated tremendously in 2020. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning. It's good to be here today in the Zoom world of our lives. We have to pivot and adjust just like everyone else. We've turned our little second, third bedroom into our Zoom room. So whatever classes we have to do, we come here, I teach, and Zoom. So as part of the board for Chariots, I want to say I've been excited to serve on the board. I've been connecting people with places in many ways, and not just getting people on buses, but I've been able to speak with people this way. I go to our area chambers, greeters events. I attend our city councils and different levels of transportation advocacy groups. Just recently, I listened in on the Joint Committee on Transportation at the legislative session and Public Transportation Commission. And as well, we have partnerships through Chariots so that our transportation system in our area is as up to date as we can do it and as safe as we can do that. And I'll be talking about that just in just a minute, some other details. So on behalf of the directors, I want to assure the community that Chariots is here for them. We are safe. We have route or entry still. We sanitize every time it goes back into the downtown. The buses go back into the downtown transit center. And even in the midst of this global pandemic, we are out there. We have accounts on social media. You can follow that. And I'm always sharing those out. Our writers and community are grateful for that. Healthcare workers, first responders, public transit employees, grocery employees, pharmacy employees, and childcare providers, seniors and people with disabilities who require meals, medicine, necessities, life-sustaining services, all ride the bus. And I ride the bus several times in the month as well as I go back and forth to teaching. We have a new seal that's on the side of our bus that has showing our established protocols and joined that we have joined with more than 200. I'm sorry, I'm not talking so well today. With 200 other public transit providers and signed on to the American Public Transportation Association's Health and Safety Commitments Program. I'm glad that was written down. You can see that seal on the side of our buses. We've earned this by adopting the industry's best practices and policies for health and safety. And our marketing team will be promoting those components throughout 2021. We have a new route that started on January 4th. The Polk County Flex has launched. It's like a regular bus route, but with a fixed schedule. Riders can still call ahead and ask the bus to come to their location within the Route 45 service area in Polk County. It runs Monday through Friday, every 2 hours between 7 and 5 p.m. It serves stops in Independence, Monmouth, and Dallas. And through that, you can also get into the Salem-Keizer area and connect all over the place. Our weekday service is at approximately 95% of service hours compared to pre-pandemic weekday service. And there's no changes from the current service, which is really exciting. The buses are still not capacity because of distancing. We've had to block off some seats, and we've added buses to some routes that where the buses are getting full to make sure that you're not left at your bus stop. Saturday service is at 100% of our service. We have not added the Sunday or holiday service yet because we want to make sure what's here is reliable and is going to continue, and we're watching for changes in the transit industry. We are active in the community, and not just me, but all of our Chariots employees and staff and our operators. They've logged in over 129 outreach and community hours and meetings in October, November, and December. So there's a transit employee or volunteer doing something for transit in the community all the time. We participate in virtual meetings, like I said, in Marion, Polk, and Yamhill counties. nonprofit groups, neighborhood partners, neighborhood associations, et cetera, et cetera. And our customer service, planning, marketing, our directors, we are involved. So we're trying to connect as much as possible. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about our board meeting on Thursday. Our legislative agenda was presented. We have a federal level and a state level, and there's different projects that we are focusing on. One of our projects that we've asked federal partners and our advocates are CMA. I forgot the name. We have an advocacy group. It's gone. It'll come by the end. So sorry. Kirby Garrett and Dale Penn are our people who help us. Kirby helps us on the federal level, and Dale Penn helps us here in our state legislature. I remembered that part. So the Kubler Link Job Center Mobility Project is we're trying to connect South Salem with a flex route. It will have great benefit for minority and low-income populations. We are not able to provide service directly. Right now, people have to come all the way into downtown and then go back out to where Amazon is and the jail and FedEx and those. This is going to go across Kubler, and it would connect all that to the electric bus corridor, which is our Lancaster corridor, where we've already have 5 buses coming, and we are asking for 5 more, which is our next project. So we're moving chariots ahead. I like that one. And it'll make it a feasible option rather than, over an hour, one trip that way. It'll be much less time to get across town. So I'm for 5 more electric buses and 2 more paratransit bus replacements. 2 other projects. One is we're looking way into the future, but we need to start now for an operations and maintenance center where we have our buses located right now. It's obviously with all these new ones coming in, we need to expand. We need to make everything under roof. Our paratransit stock is located somewhere else, and we want to bring that closer to where our maintenance services are. So we are transitioning to a 100% zero emission fleet, and the current facility is not big enough to allow for that. So we have to allow for the batteries to be recharged and et cetera. And then our South Salem Transit Center project, research is off and running again. We're looking for a new location for that. We're calling it the Mobility as a Service Transit Facility. So an MAAS. And it's an approach to deliver or coordinate with right-sized service to best serve different parts of the community. So it'll be another hub like Kaiser Transit Center, and we consider Chemeketa Community College another transit center. Folks come into there and then go back out to other places, much like our, what is Kaiser doing in their buildable lands research, the hubs, what's that called?
Well, we're doing our buildable lands inventory.
Right. Oh, activity centers.
Activity center. Yeah.
Yes. So ours is a transit center. So they'll kind of operate kind of like that. Okay. We're busy. And I'm sorry I'm taking so long. And then on our state level, we want to preserve the funds that have come to us via the House Bill 2017 program, the transit bill. And that's what provided us with funds to be able to get Saturday service going. But in the pandemic, we were able to, because of, we pivoted with the money, we were able to do that. So we were using that money to help shore up operations now that needed that, and we can continue moving on. We're looking for some statutory changes to convert energy incentives to tax credits. We are looking to make sure that our impact on transit from COVID-19 is taken care of. We want to ensure transit access and our interests are protected. And again, electric vehicles. We've also added a new one. We want to ask our legislature to keep an eye out on supporting increased expenditures on footpaths and bicycle trails to add to this transit package we have for our Salem Kaiser area. So that's that. And just really quick, several security events happened in November, December. We've had lots of activity in our capital area because of events either outside or here, and our security team has been able to pivot our operations. If something was happening downtown, we moved our transit center to another location and served out of there. And at one time at the end of December, we had a suspicious package incident. And we had a detailed report at our board meeting on Thursday. A person of questionable whatever was seen depositing his backpack into a trash can, and it caused concern for a writer who was very alert. They notified security, and in a half an hour, everybody that needed to know knew about it. Community got an update on their systems. We as board members were notified right away, and the whole operation moved out of the transit mall, and was able to take care of that. Thankfully, it was not what it was thought to be, but it was taken care of, and people were back in within 2 hours of, oh no, we need to do something. Okay, we're back in operation. So that was really exciting to hear. So from that, if you see something suspicious, tell somebody so they can take care of it. It's better to be, oh, well, it wasn't, rather than, oh no, it was, and we didn't do anything about it. One other thing. Oh, Route 13 is being diverted to the fairgrounds on any day there's vaccinations going on. So if you need to get to the vaccination center at the fairgrounds, you can use the bus. It's set up now for, connect with Route 13 and you'll head that way, and they'll take care of you. And always make sure you make your appointment first. Make sure that's happening before you get on there and have to turn around and go back. We have a new director of operations, Tom Dietz, and his first day was the day of the snow. So he got to jump in and help our community be safe, make sure our buses were chained up if needed, or detoured, and that was all taken care of. So I think I'll stop talking now. If there's something else, I might add it in at the end. Thank you, Mary Clark, for this time to speak.
Well, thank you, Colleen, and thank you for your ongoing service to make sure that Kaiser is well represented on the Chariots board. And also, we are better informed about what's going on with Chariots than I think we ever have been in the history of our relationship with Chariots. So thank you, Colleen, for leading the way in that. It's been very important, especially, there goes my internet again. Okay, hopefully I'm back again. It's been really important to communicate accurate information all the way through 2020, and we're going to continue that practice. I see Betty Hart is back on the air now. I'm going to jump to her and let us know what's going on with Kaiser Fire District after a successful holiday season, which I really enjoyed with folks there. How are y'all doing?
Well, pretty well. Actually, I think the district personnel are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so that has really improved their mood and, feel hopeful again. I think I'm reading different data, however, but I'm glad that, because we all do better when we feel good. So the staff all got shots at the beginning of January, their first shot, so they'll get their second shot next week. So that's pretty exciting. They'll be vaccinated for COVID-19, and I'm sure many of them are glad for that too. We're working with Marion County to health department to see if some of our paramedics can help with vaccinations. I think it's hard to think of this way, but in order to do a lot of vaccinations, you need a lot of people involved, because people who can do it as part of their job have other things to do. So to really administer a lot of vaccinations. You need to bring in a lot of additional personnel. So, and of course, the state is doing that with bringing in National Guard and that sort of thing. So that's really, really great. I think some of our staff would be excited to be part of that. We continue to have our station closed and expect to open it maybe a month or so after the kids are in school. Oh, my cat decided to come over and visit my computer. Big surprise, yes. Anyway, and so we're also getting started on our financial planning and budgeting for the next fiscal year, which of course starts the 1st of July. And one of the things we're looking at is creating an equipment sinking fund. We went out for a bond measure in 2015 to purchase new equipment. We sold one group of bonds, bought some new equipment, and then now have sold the second group of bonds and purchased additional equipment. So we have like, I think 4 ambulances now, and they can rotate them so they last longer. It's amazing how many miles they put on those ambulances every day going up and down River Road and back and forth, because they do a lot of calls. And of course, most of them are medical related. So whether or not the ambulance ends up taking them to Salem Hospital, they do often make the call. So, and our budget meetings will be April, I think, or May. I guess our main one will be in May. We're going to do a financial work session in March, probably right before our board meeting, which is the 3rd Tuesday. So let's see. We hope to be able to do the September 11th event again, because it's the 20th anniversary. And last year, with everything shut down, we didn't do an outside one. And then, of course, just a few days before that, the whole canyon blew up with the fires and the wind blowing. And although I think a video did get done. So this year, we hope it'll be able to be more traditional with the outside event, as we've always had, but that people can come and participate in. I guess we'll have to see. We usually, of course, have our pancake breakfast on Mother's Day, and we do not expect that there will be enough opportunity for people to be close together, which if you've ever been to the Kaiser Fire pancake breakfast on Mother's Day, you know the place is packed. So it's very likely that's going to be canceled. I think it'll be, personally, I think it'll be a while before we get to the point where you can have crowds like that. And we do want people to be safe. So that'll be an important part of it too. We've hired 2 people from that laid off from Mary County Fire. They had to lay off a number of employees because they didn't pass their levy. Some of those staff will possibly be hired by Salem or Clackamas County. Both of those fire departments will be hiring. It's possible sometimes our staff gets hired away by the bigger departments. So it is possible that then we'll be able to pick up at least 1 or 2 more as well, which I'm really excited about that, because these are trained personnel who have experience in our community, and to have them be able to come over and help serve the people of Kaiser Fire District is, I think, a blessing for everybody in the community. Let me see, I think that might be it. Yeah, so everything otherwise is going pretty well. Oh, we do expect maybe to open the fire station again after kids are all in school, which might take a little while yet before that happens. Maybe May, maybe June. So we'll see how that goes. So if any of you have Oh, by the way, Mayor Clark, the fire chief went to the planning session at the city last week. And he noticed that the city is put on their list emergency planning. And so he said he was looking forward to the opportunity to collaborating with the city on emergency planning. And we certainly have had lots of opportunity about that lately. So I think that's a great thing for us to be doing together. So anyway, thank you for continuing to include me in Coffee with Cathy.
Well, thank you so much, Betty, and thank you to the fire district and the personnel who continue to be there when we have our worst moments. They bring the best moments, and we really appreciate their expertise. And on the emergency planning, absolutely, we want to capture lessons learned from 2020 as we update our emergency plans, our protocols, make sure that we have the collaboration and communications in place. So it's a really good time to take a deep dive into how we've done things in the past and make sure that we can do things well in the future. So we look forward to working with Kaiser Fire District and all of our emergency response partners in our region as we put those plans together. So thank you. I did get a chance to visit with the chief when he came to our planning session, and look forward to that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm sad about the Mother's Day breakfast, but I get it. And, we'll
heaven forbid. I was going to say, heaven forbid that you might have to make pancakes yourself that day, right?
There's something wrong with that picture.
Yeah.
For drive-through, we can do takeout.
Well, that's a good question. I certainly can bring that up.
There's got to be a way. I mean, everybody's adapting. We're all figuring stuff out. And one of the things I've enjoyed doing is posting on my Facebook businesses and organizations who have pivoted into how they're going to operate going forward. You know, retaining the healthful practices they put together, retaining their products, making new products or services. And it's been exciting to see the innovation and the attention to being able to move into the future, whatever that looks like, but being ready for it. And so that's been very encouraging to see with so many of our businesses. As far as the data goes, I do get regular updates from Salem Health, and the numbers are very encouraging. People are taking seriously our ongoing taking care of your own health, the health of your family and your coworkers. You know, I don't know how long we're going to have to keep on reminding people, when you're sick, for the love of Pete, stay home. I don't know that why we have to keep on saying this, but I think we got used to the idea of, well, you know, you're tough, you can show up to work sick. No, please don't. Sharing is not caring. So hopefully that's going to be our new normal, to not show up sick. So right now I'd like to go over to Pastor Dominguez. You've been instrumental in helping people understand how we can support each other, making sure that our families are taking care of each other. And you've been very much cognizant of the needs of our children and families in our communities, not only within your own church family, but also in our community. Pastor, it's so good to have you here with us today. And would you share with us some of the words of encouragement and also where we can continue to support families and children in our community?
Well, we're seeing some very positive signs. We're thankful that you know, the numbers are going down regarding COVID, and you know, we're at a point right now where we're just a resource person. We're helping people connect with the resources that are out there to help them, specifically the Latin community, the community of color, and other communities that are out there. And we have partnered, and this is an opportunity to be creative, to be inventive. And for about a year now, we have been involved with a group, and I will post that on the chat. We've been involved with a group called OYEN, OLLN, Oregon Latino Leadership Network. And this is a collective group of professionals, businessmen, doctors, counselors, Latinos from Marion County, Central Oregon, Eastern Oregon, the all over the state of Oregon. And so we gather together every Wednesday from 12 to 1, obviously on Zoom. And the Oregon Latinx Leadership Network has a website, and I want to share that with you. I want to share that on the chat. And basically, what that network, that collective group of leaders all over the state of Oregon, what we're doing is we're providing resources to the people that need them. And on this website, there are Spanish materials. There are opportunities for people to know what's going on with COVID-19, the testing, the vaccinations. And in the Latin community and other communities, there is some hesitancy. There is some fear about the vaccine. So what we're trying to do is we're just trying to give as much information as we can so that we can quench that, or we can quelch that fear. And there on the website, you'll find materials in Spanish. You'll find someone coming out in Spanish talking about the vaccine, talking about the concerns that people might have, and again, just informing people about the next step regarding the virus. And so we've worked together. It's been an amazing time. This whole year has been one of networking, helping our different communities. On this website also, we've been involved in the arts, So there is I'd like to announce, OLLN is going to present virtually a free virtual premiere. That's Saturday, February 6th at 7 p.m. It's a play about someone by the name of Dolores Huerta. Dolores Huerta is an activist for the Latino community, especially the farm worker, getting rights and raises and things for that community. I've already signed up. I'm really looking forward to this play. I've never seen a play by OLLN, and I'm kind of excited to do that, to see that. So I'd like to invite you to get on the Oregon Latinx Leadership Network Facebook page. And just real quickly, I don't want to spend a lot of time because I know that there are others, but we talk about things to help our community about COVID-19 resources. The work that OLLN is doing it's a community-based organization that is out there to help with cash flow support, people that are in need, are unemployed, people that just need to provide grants, bridge loans, low interest loans. And so there are resources to serve the communities of color. And we advocate for federal funding to support, we support the National Council of Nonprofits, independent sector, the Nonprofit Association of Oregon priorities to ensure that nonprofits are able to continue to provide a service to the community during this time. We're involved in healthcare, culturally specific services. I don't want to get into everything that we do, but just to let you know, we're out there, we're providing a service, testing and tracing, treatment and PPE, wraparound services that people need, supporting Latinos, indigenous peoples who test positive for the virus. What does an individual do when they test positive? Where do they go? How, there's a lot of questions around that. We provide communications, data. We're also into the educational aspect from kindergarten to the 12th grade. Um, you know, um, Trying to support the distance learning that we have right now, trying to get parents connected to that. There's been some issues. I don't know if some of you know of some issues of kids that want to go to school and for some reason the internet doesn't work, they can't get connected, and we're helping in that area with linguistic appropriate support. That's very, very important. We're helping in the immigration area as well. And there's just so many things in the area of housing, safe housing, affordable housing, advanced affordable housing. And I think also with small businesses, OLLN we've earmarked Latinx businesses to provide relief funds. We're helping in those areas of resource that are really needed. Our businesses need to be supported. They need to be helped. We need to buy locally, especially here in Kaiser. We really do need to support our businesses. And if you're hearing this, please, if you get hungry, um, go out there and support our local businesses in Kaiser. That's what we're trying to do. We're providing resources. We're connecting the need, the people, and the businesses, and the people that can help one another. And we're helping in the area of unemployment. There's just so many things out there. And we're just kind of thankful that we've been able to be creative, and we've said we can use our time. The pandemic can be an opportunity, an opportunity to reach out to our communities, provide resources, help people. And, we're continuing to navigate this situation. Sometimes there's frustrating moments. I'm sure many of you have maybe experienced those. But we work through those. We work through those difficulties, those challenges, and we create opportunities. And that is what we are continuing and hoping to do with people as the needs arise. So thank you, Cathy, for inviting us to Coffee with Cathy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pastor. And I am connected on Facebook. I encourage people to go to OLN on Facebook and also check out all of the tremendous networking that has happened, where when we work together, we're so much stronger and we all know what everybody can do and bring to the table. And it's been able to really help galvanize connections, resources, and a big part is encouragement. So thank you, Pastor, for the encouragement that OLLN, your ministry, and the ministry of all of our faith community has been for all of us in 2020 and will continue to be in 2021.
And Mayor Clark, one of the things that I failed to share in this area of mental health and children, we're also trying to provide the resources where we can connect all families, not just Latino families, all families, and provide resources to them, counseling maybe that they need, the children need today. I don't know if you know, but children go through times of anger, frustration, irritation during this time of pandemic, and they need help. And we need healthy families in our community. And that's one of the goals that we're trying to, there's a lot of work to do. And we're just, I think we're just touching the surface, but by touching the surface, we believe that we can connect with other people and begin to, to make a dent in the problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On the mental health and behavioral health and emotional support side, absolutely right. We saw a lot of need that emerged. Some of it was new because of the isolation of the pandemic. But I think also we've discovered that needs that were pre-existing, I hate to use that word, but were already there, just got more raw. And so this is the opportunity to dive in and say, okay, we're really going to get serious about mental and behavioral health and taking care of each other. So thank you for that. And I look forward to hearing how we are going to build a stronger community going forward around support and emotional and mental health as well. So right now I'd like to tune to Jonathan Thompson with our Kaiser Chamber of Commerce to bat cleanup, if you will. You've got an interim director. You've continued to deliver on support for our local businesses through Facebook, through counseling, through other supports. Thank you to the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce for being so present, so active, and so intentional about helping our businesses, all our businesses, survive and thrive. Good morning, Jonathan.
Thank you, Mayor Clark. Betty and Pastor Dominguez touched on it a little bit too with, kind of the hope that is in the community. Our numbers are trending in the right direction now, which is great. But I would be remiss if I didn't give a huge shout out to Salem Health and the work that they have done at the Marion County Fairgrounds. I mean, it's not an exaggeration to say they took an idea of a vaccine clinic from an idea to fully operational in about 3 days. And it's become a model for the rest of the state. You're seeing it replicated all over the place. And Salem Health is just, I mean, to say killing it is probably not the best thing to say about a hospital system, but they are doing a phenomenal job. And so a huge shout out and high five to our partners at Salem Health. In fact, as we learned yesterday, we're kind of a victim of our own success. Marion County is so far ahead of the rest of the state in vaccinations that the state is rerouting vaccines from Marion County to other counties next week, which I'm not a fan of, but I guess I have to understand it. But so I said, huge shout out to Salem Health. As you mentioned, we have a new interim director on board, Mark Collier. He's not a stranger to many of us in Kaiser. He's been involved in just about everything, and now he can add interim chamber director. I only wish that Mark was looking for a full-time job. He's not, so we are looking to, he's going to lead our process for recruitment. We should have application materials out for that position soon. In short, we're looking for somebody with a heart for Kaiser. We're looking for somebody that loves everything about Kaiser, that loves our business community and wants to make an immediate difference, because this job gives you that opportunity. So watch for application materials coming out there. Our first citizen banquet, which should probably have which would in a normal year have happened already. We've pushed it back to March 20th, and we're just finishing up. It's going virtual. We tried several ways to do an in-person event, and by March 20th, it's just not going to work. So it's going virtual. We're going to put, we're working with some local partners to produce that. On March 20th in the evening, it will go live on several platforms. So make plans to watch that. We also have the application packet for the First Citizen, for the Service to Education, and for the Merchant of the Year. That application packet is on our website and ready. There are so many people in all of those areas that stepped forward in the last year that it's going to be, I think as a member of the selection committee, we have our work cut out for us this year. Because I think there is a lot of people who have stepped forward and really earned the recognition, and we'll be looking forward to seeing how that goes. Pastor Dominguez also also talked about supporting small businesses. Kaiser has done that in a big way, and on behalf of the chamber, we thank you for that. Keep it up. Our businesses some of our businesses are in no way healthy, but at least their doors are open. And if we can just get them through the next 6 months, it's going to be a completely different world. So just we're getting there. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a train. It is hope. And so keep it up. We're moving in that direction. Our chamber directory is coming out soon. Look for that to start showing up around town. And this year we added a new thing. We had some businesses do testimonies about the chamber. And while I'm not a big fan of gloating about ourselves, it was amazing what people put forward. We published some of those in the magazine, and we're grateful for what folks have said. Kaiser Fest is obviously on people's minds. That's supposedly going to be the third weekend in May. As with the Fire District's Mother's Day brunch, I don't think we're going to be able to have an event there. So we are in the process of pivoting right now for August for some kind of a Kaiser Fest event. More details to come, but we had our public meeting this week for Kaiser Fest. There's a lot of energy. In fact, usually our January public meeting on Kaiser Fest is a few chamber board members and a few city councilors. But man, there was a lot of people there this time, and it was great to see lots of good ideas. We still have some calendar things to run down with August, but there may be some good synergy between. I know that McNary's Blue Day I'm hearing has been moved up to late July. There may be some good synergy there between Kaiser Fest and rolling out a Blue Day, rolling into Kaiser Fest, and just make it a wonderful community celebration. So those discussions are going on, but look for more information there. And also, I know for businesses that are struggling, the second round of Paycheck Protection Program money is available. Last time when it came out in March and April of last year, it was a scramble and they ran out of money and they had to redo it. And the systems were very clunky because they had to design a system to put out billions of dollars in about a week. They've had some time to ramp it up. The systems are in much better place. The program is well funded. So reach out to your bank. And there also is some money set aside and some even streamlined processes for underserved businesses in our community. Businesses run by minorities, by women, things like that. So if you need any help at all, reach out to your banker, talk to them about the PPP program, the second round. That's what the money's there for. It's there to help. And so please make sure you use it. And with that, we're just, like I said, our greeters is going to remain online for the chamber, but it also is a very, very easy way for people who are a little more introverted, who might want to check out the chamber, come to our greeters on Zoom and check us out. So I think with that, that's about all I've got.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. I also want to give a shout out when it comes to the lending programs and other supports. I'm going to give a big shout out to the Mid-Willamette Valley Council of Governments. We are a member as Marion County, City of Kaiser, and through the COG, their finance people have been able to really deliver on the small business administration loans. So if you've got questions about some of those programs, go to the Council of Governments website. They've got very skilled professionals there on administering the Small Business Administration, SBA loans, and those programs. I do want to give a shout out to our regional collaboration with FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Administration. They continue to work very closely with our neighbors in the San Diego Canyon, as well as the other sites of the devastating wildfires from last year. So go to their website to get the latest and greatest on what is happening in supporting our canyon recovery. It's going to be a long haul. I got a good update yesterday from Oregon Department of Transportation. They weren't really in the logging industry, but they are now, as they are removing dead and dangerous trees to keep the roadways safe and also to make sure that the rights of way are preserved so you can get from here to there safely. So one of the things we've seen from 2020 is not only pivot, but the other word is collaboration. It's because we work together as this team here on Coffee with Cathy. It's all y'all has been so important in making sure that we're connected, that we're working together, because at the end of the day, it's about our neighbors, it's about our families, it's about our community being able to thrive together. And because we work together, we're finding solutions together, bringing our collective creativity and determination that we've been able to bring Kaiser into 2021 in a strong position, not only for ourselves, but able to come alongside our neighbors and help. So I'm going to finish with this. The Mid-Willamette Valley Homeless Alliance is another example where we've been able to collaborate to meet the needs of some of the most complex and difficult, sometimes challenging people to serve in our community. Today is the wrap up of the annual point in time count, where we are not only counting the number of people who are homeless, but gathering more data to understand what the needs are of some of our most vulnerable people in our community. Because we work together through the Homeless Alliance, of which Kaiser is a member and Salem is a member, we've been able to bring resources together and make sure that we can deliver on promises made and deliver on services that are meaningful for people in our community. So with the work of the Homeless Alliance, I would encourage you to go to the website, the Mid-Willamette Valley Homeless Alliance, check out the newsletter, check out what is going on for our veterans, for our students, for families, for children, for men and women, for service-disabled veterans, for people who have need and people who have complex needs. So is by working together that we hit the COVID crisis. I know that lives were saved. People stepped up. They were able to say, I know who does this service. I know who has this facility. When the fires hit, the same thing happened. Those relationships were in place. As we come into 2021, Kaiser, I know that our relationships are going to continue to be strong. And our desire to serve one another through pride, spirit, and volunteerism will be about one another together, making Kaiser the kind of community that people want to live in, that we as our families and our community want to be a part of, and that we can contribute every single day to our thriving and success. As we wrap up today, I want to thank the team here, David Dolly, who's running all of the Facebook Live and operations. Thank you, David. Jonathan Thompson from the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce, Colleen Bush from Salem Kaiser Transit, Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District, and Pastor Jose Dominguez from La Luz de Valle. It's been great sharing with you this morning. David, I'm going to kick it to you to tie it up today, and we look forward to visiting with all of you at February's Coffee with Cathy. Thank you.
Yes, and for these coming up, we have actually attempted to structure the fourth Saturday of every month going forward. So if you're traveling or want to know when we would come together, Cathy, that's the game plan for all the rest of the year, is our fourth Saturday to have your Coffee with Cathy.
That's true, except for 2 months in October and December. We've got a scheduling problem. I don't think we all want to do this on Christmas.
No.
I don't know about you. I have other plans.
Yeah.
So watch for a couple of changes later in the year, but generally speaking, fourth Saturday of the month.
Awesome. And I'll also wrap up. I did an interview with Linda Baker on our Kaiser Homegrown Theater. Check out their Facebook page. They have a really innovative class coming together if you want to be a stage director. So, and their latest program is going to be out in a month via video. They've shot it. It's being edited shot in homes between husbands and wives, so they didn't have to wear masks. And it's going to be launched here in a month. So there'll be a trailer and 6 episodes will be coming out soon. So don't think our art community is feverishly working behind the scenes to keep us entertained and inspired. So that is it for January 2021. Cathy, do you have one more comment?
I think Pastor Dominguez had one more closing comment.
Yeah,
Sure.
just real quick. Wanted to thank the chamber. Wanted to thank our mayor. Wanted to thank those people. I had a desire for Christmas, and that desire was to give out gifts to children. It was an amazing response from our chamber, an amazing response from just the community. And you should have seen those faces. We have pictures. We have people crying. Just so touched by the generous giving of our community. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for that.
And I'll echo that statement. When you deliver those gifts, and I remember pulling into a cul-de-sac in Kaiser, both parents were at work, and you knock on the door and there's a 10-year-old and a 8-year-old and a 4-year-old come to the door, and you have food and presents, and the neighbors are looking at like, what's this bags of stuff going to this house in a little wagon? You as part of that, it touches you profoundly. It's really neat. And so don't miss it next year. If you could some way be a part of that cog of getting the presents, coordinating it, and delivering them, it adds a fabric to this community you just don't always see. It's really great. So that is a wrap up. Most of our audiences, everybody watches this program afterward. So there's great resources in the comment section, links to the agencies that you've learned about today. And we're going to continue to monitor those Facebook Live, because as media is today, you watch it on your time. And this is such a great combination of getting up to speed on our community every single month. So thank you very much for joining us here today. Please like and share and comment below. And we will see you next month on Coffee with Cathy, February 2021. Have a great day, everybody.